time. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rains come tumbling down. Plant your rose short or long, seasoned with a cheerful song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her loving care. Old crow watching from a tree got his hungry eye on me. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain come tumbling down.
Welcome to tonight's WoodSongs broadcast at the historic Lyric Theater. Our show is sponsored by our audience called WoodSongs Partners. Our WoodSongs Partners come to over 30 shows a year absolutely free. Information about becoming a WoodSongs Partner is in our theater program.
Well, hello, everyone on this beautiful Monday evening. I'd like for all of you to give a big welcome to WUKY's own afternoon host of Rockin' Roots, Joe Conkright.
Excellent. Got a good looking house in here. Glad to see you all here. I'm very happy to say we do have a judge tonight. Please welcome to the stage Judge Ray Corns.
As Elizabeth Taylor said to each of her husbands, I won't keep you long. Fantastic. Now for a look at the highlights and lowdowns of the week that was. 2 ships, one loaded with red paint, the other loaded with blue paint on the high seas. They collided. All the sailors on both ships were marooned. Make a note, you can use it. 2 nuns. Listen to this with both eyes, with both your eyes. 2 nuns out shopping, driving a red mini car. Couldn't find a place to park, so the driver said to the nun in the passenger seat, go in and get 2 loaves of bread. I'll circle the block. The lady went in, got 2 loaves of bread, came out, but couldn't find the nun or the car either. And she said to a fellow standing there, excuse me, have you seen a nun in a red mini? This is a sharp group tonight. Have you seen a nun in a red mini? He said, not since I took the pledge. Write it down, it's a good one. I'm glad you came, sir. Now time for a point to ponder. A point to ponder. If you come to a fork in the road, take it. From WoodSongs Holler, where the banjos are always in tune, the lawyer's always honest, and the judge is always fair, that's it for now.
It's always better when the judge is here. On behalf of Kentucky Tourism, visit Lex.com. WoodSongs Partners, the Big Ass Fan Company, KET, WKU 88.9 FM, and Mayor Jim Gray in the city of Lexington. Welcome to the 924th taping session of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, a worldwide radio and public television broadcast in the tradition of the Grand Ole Opry and Austin city limits, heard by over 2 million listeners worldwide.
We'd like to send out a special thanks to the Travel Host Magazine, Bluegrass Hospitality Association, the Griffin Gate Marriott Resort and Spa, Hybrid Springwater, Nate's Coffee in Lexington for the great coffee, and Johnny Carino's and Pasta Garage for hitting it out of the park with a wonderful, wonderful meal tonight for the croon artists. As a reminder, we are still taking reservations for all the shows, including International Night on Monday, March 12th, with award-winning Canadian roots band Beyond the Pale, and all the way from Wales, the band Callan. Tickets are only $10 for the public, which is available through the Lyric Theater box office, so you can go ahead and reserve your seats on your way out of here. And for our WoodSongs partners, they can always call the reservation hotline number. Say that number loud and clear with me. It's 252-8888. Beautiful.
We love having all the WoodSongs partners here, and we know that there's some new faces as well, so let me just explain. We need the help of every single one of you that's in here because it's an audience participation show. At the end of the broadcast, Michael's going to say next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, he needs your help with that, so we're going to practice it and set the levels for this. So here we go. Let's do this as well as we can here. Next week on the
WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
That's not bad.
So as long as nothing goes wrong, the show should be ending promptly at 8 o'clock to be followed by the Encore section. So we ask that you please stay seated. You don't want to miss out on what the artists have to throw down, and Michael oftentimes has special announcements.
Please, no recording. We've got that handled up here with all of our equipment. Also, no flash photography. And if you will, take a moment and silence your cell phones or pagers, if you will. We don't want your spoon solo going off in the middle of the thing. We got the real thing here tonight, so we do appreciate that. Silence your phones. Also, whatever you brought into the theater with you, if it's a snack, a drink, a WoodSongs program, whatever it is, please take it with you. Don't leave it on the floor. Don't leave it in your seat, and it'll be easier for all of us, the WoodSongs volunteers and the Lyric Theater staff. We can all get out in a timely manner. Now, is everyone ready to begin? It's not bad. Some people a little more excited than others. Let's try that again. Is everybody ready to begin? Yes. Right on. Please welcome to the stage the host of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, musician Michael Jonathan.
Welcome to Monday night. Say hello to Jerome Galt, our chief engineer, sitting in the back. Look, it's Big Bad Bob Bryant, the best blonde bass boy in the bluegrass, sitting over here, and playing mandolin is Mr. Isaac May. Very glad that everybody could join us on a Monday evening. We have a pretty spectacular show. Let me introduce first off, they are a legacy band from Ireland. We're very honored that they would return to our broadcast. Please welcome to the stage. McPeake is here. We have some amazing WoodSongs Kids to introduce you to as well tonight. This young lady made a big, huge splash on YouTube and on Facebook. She's here with her performing companion. Please welcome Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady. So the show's going to last about 59 minutes. Sometimes things break. If it does, if this is the first time that you're here, if something breaks during the broadcast and we have to stop the show, that's just the nature of radio and television broadcasting. It's okay, but what you're going to see is the amazing, incredible activity of the WoodSongs crew. They do 44 of these shows a year. They're all volunteers, every single one of them. This is show 924, and we can't do anything without giving a big round of applause to the WoodSongs crew. They make this whole thing possible. They sure do. So if something happens during the show and we have to stop, don't let that bother you. They're going to fix it really quick, and we'll move on. Most shows will begin and end in 59 minutes. After that, there's going to be an encore presentation. The artists are going to perform a song for you as a little extra thank you gift, and then they're going to be in the lobby to say hello to everybody. So certainly make them feel welcome to your home community. We also have some very special announcements to make during the encore session as well. So let's begin and invite our wonderful crew captain, Miss Amelia, is going to set our show clock. You get applause. Get applause for setting the clock. I love it. Is it? All right, very good. Well, we got about a minute to go. Huh? You did good. Is that? Oh, okay. I'll trust you. All right, we're going to start in 15 seconds instead. We'll back time it. We'll just back time it.
Support for WoodSongs show number 924 is provided by the Big Ass Fan Company, Martin Guitars, Travel Host Magazine, and by our family of WoodSongs partners. WoodSongs is now available for use by teachers in classrooms complete with lesson plans. Available on the classroom page of woodsongs.com.
By Kentucky Tourism, the City of Lexington, and visitlex.com.
The Bluegrass Hospitality Association and the elegant Griffin Gate Marriott Resort and Spa, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and wood songs.
Take your next vacation trip to the musical Stay of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Here's the little opening song with Beethoven. My fault. Let's just try it again. I forgot the song. I forgot it. Let's just try it again. We'll just keep going. It's all right. We started a minute early anyway, so. No, it's me. It's me. We only did it like 100 times during the rehearsal. It's all right. Play banjo? I said, no, it's okay. I'll get it. I promise. Just applaud. Here's a little song by Beethoven. Beethoven wrote a beautiful piece, of course, but in 1882, a vaudevillian songwriter, his name was William Scanlon, and he wrote a beautiful mountain song that became a classic for Uncle Dave Macon. The very first star of the Grand Ole Opry was called Over the Mountain. I'm always light-hearted and easy, not a care in this world have I, because I am loved by an Ollie, and I couldn't forget if I tried. She lives far away o'er the mountain, where the little birds sing on the tree, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me. And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the tree, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me. Well, the day I bid goodbye to Ollie, that's a day I will never forget, for the tears bubbled up from their slumber, and I fancy I see them yet. Well, they look like the pearls on the ocean, she wept her tales of love, and she said, my dear boy, don't forget me till we meet here again or above. And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me. And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me.
The WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour is presented in part by Kentucky Tourism, inviting families, fans, and conventions worldwide to visit our land of unbridled spirit, music, art, cafes, state parks, sports, and cultural attractions. You can explore what Kentucky has to offer your next vacation trip online at KentuckyTourism.com.
And by VisitLex.com, an online vacation guide for families, visitors, and corporate conventions to visit historic Lexington, Kentucky. While in Kentucky, you can visit the cafes, horse parks, music festivals, art, and cultural world of Lexington, the home of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And welcome to the beautiful historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting from the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city of the magnificent Appalachian Mountains, where we are taping our show. Artists come from all over the world to be on our stage. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good, and that is certainly the case with both of the artists that we're going to introduce you to on this broadcast. Plus, we have some amazing WoodSongs Kids, so buckle in for the hour. This is going to be an amazing and wonderful musical ride. First up is a spoonologist. She is one of America's most amazing new discoveries. Over 100 million views on Facebook alone. And she's here with her performing partner, Chris Rodrigues. They are professional street musicians in Asheville, North Carolina. They're going to do a tune called I Feel the Lord Stretching Out in Me. Please welcome Chris Rodrigues and Abby, the Spoon Lady, on WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I feel the Lord is stretching out in me. I feel the Lord is stretching out in me. I cleaned up my house and I kicked the devil out. I feel the Lord is stretching out in me. I can, 'cause God He says I can. I can, 'cause God He says I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can, 'cause God He says I can. Yes, I can. Well, I'm blessed, 'cause God He says I'm blessed. I'm blessed, 'cause God He says I'm blessed. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I'm blessed, 'cause God He says I'm blessed. Well, I feel God is stretching out in me. I feel God is stretching out in me. I cleaned up my house and I kicked the devil out. I feel the Lord is stretching out in me. Thank you, folks.
It's an unrecorded tune. I feel the Lord stretching out on me. A big treat for the WoodSongs audience. Chris Rodrigues, and let's say hello to Abby, the spoon lady. It's so nice to finally have you here.
Hi.
So you're originally from Wichita, Kansas, and you ended up, for lack of a better phrase, something that folks don't hear much these days, but you kind of hoboed around the country, hitchhiked and rode trains and...
I live in Asheville, North Carolina now, and my first time to Asheville, North Carolina, I actually took the wrong freight train. I fell asleep in Chattanooga. And
so you were actually doing like the Woody Guthrie thing, hopping the trains and seeing America that way and playing music.
Right. I spent about 8 years traveling on the rails, and now Chris and I do storytelling events sometimes. We talk a little bit about the modern hobo and about looking at America from the ground up.
Well, let's talk about, we're going to talk to Chris here in a second, of course, because he's such an integral part of what we're doing
I'd
here.
be lost without him.
Yeah, I bet you were. But what made you hop the trains for that 8 or 9 year stretch? I mean, what a fascinating thing, because folks just don't do that.
Well, for me, I had a long series of events that were just kind of making me feel like I had nowhere else to go except somewhere else. And, in hindsight, I know that throughout all of our lives, we kind of look back and we think, well, I kind of did this to myself. We kind of put ourselves through our own hardships. But if it weren't for doing what I did and finding street music the way I did, I would not be the person I am today.
Well, you eventually were, if I remember right, you actually got to visit every state in the continental USA riding those trains.
Right, and for me, an important part of that, though, was the street music, was playing music city to city.
Was that a healing thing for you? I mean, you went through some hardship, that's why you went hopping the trains to begin with, like you said, to go somewhere else, but was the music part of your healing process?
Very much so. It took me from a place where I felt like nobody cared anymore, like the world had turned their back on me, to a place where I had to ask everybody for help, and to look my way and to put myself in that public space where people had to interact with me. And if I hadn't had that, I don't know where I would have been.
Well, I guess if you want people to interact with you, you make a video clip, you put it on Facebook, and 100 million, let's say that number, started to interact with you. So your musical world has certainly changed, hasn't it?
It's very different now. We, Chris and I, we do a lot of stage stuff and things like that, but we really love street performance, and that's a lot of what we're working on now. We're kind of doing a video project called Go Busk Yourself. Right, and we're going to visit a few cities and do some street performance.
Go
and,
busk yourself.
Yeah, and especially some cities where street performance isn't welcome anymore, such as Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, you and I are, in the second half hour, you and I are going to talk about that at depth. Right now, let's say hello to your performing partner, Chris Rodrigues, also from Asheville, North Carolina. Quite a folk musician. Describe to our radio audience your musical setup here. What are they hearing?
The kick drum, the beat there is an old Samsonite suitcase. I'm sitting on it. I have a reverse bass drum pedal I'm beating on it with, and there's some tambourine jingles on there. And then I have a sign from my old shop class I'm stomping on, so I have something hard to everywhere I go. And a license plate. I have my third license plate with jingles on it from my very first tambourine, and skateboard hardware holding that on, resonator guitar, harmonica.
So you're that and a derby hat on top of it. So you have you're all sort of top hat.
It got wet.
Kind of struggled. So how did you get introduced to Abby? You're both out there in Asheville. Was it from the street busking that you met each other? How did that happen?
I was busking out there as a one-man band, trying to get enough to survive me and my mom, and I was waiting on her, every weekend and some weekdays, and we'd wait on each other. And then one day, my mom said, "Y'all should play together." So we started playing together, and we've been doing that ever since.
Chris Rodrigues is playing his resonator guitar and percussion. She is playing two spoons, and we're going to talk in the second half hour her technique on these spoons and how exactly she's doing these sounds. If you're listening on radio, you should go to our website because we've got the video cameras on her. It's like watching a spoon ballet. They're going to do a song called "I Done Died One Time." It is Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. From Asheville, North Carolina, he is Chris Rodrigues. She is Abby, the Spoon Lady. If you want to revisit this broadcast, if you want to watch what you just heard on the radio, you go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 924. You get to see Abby, the Spoon Lady, as well as our next artist. They're returning. They're friends of ours from Ireland. They're part of the legacy family of music that comes from that wonderful part of the world. We're very honored that they be here. They've got a CD called Gypsies in the Wood. This is a tune called Fallen. Please welcome them back to America. It's McPeake on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Like that egg on the wall, I'd said I'm in a fall. 'Cause everyone knows he must be broken. What does life hold? Yes, a story unfolds. If you think that I know, you must be joking. Like Alice down the rabbit hole, I'm falling. In the darkness, I can hear my heart calling. Loud your name as I feel myself falling. I'm falling for you. Have you seen the Cheshire Cat? Well, I look like that. In a time you come anywhere near me. What do I do? Well, I haven't a clue. So I pray to the Lord for to steer me in. Like Alice down the rabbit hole, I'm falling. In the darkness, I can hear my heart calling. Loud your name as I feel myself falling. I'm falling for you. Oh, yeah. That rabbit who's late, 'cause time just one way. In a west, my life will be over, and I'll rue the day that I did not say. And you'll go and you'll find a new lover. Like Alice down the rabbit hole, I'm falling. In the darkness, I can hear my heart calling. Loud your name as I feel myself falling. I'm falling for you. Oh, yeah.
It's a new generation of a 150-year tradition of music in Ireland, from Belfast, Ireland. McPeake is here. We got to give some props to Claire Galway on keys, Malria Ford on fiddle, and I've got to say, Fran Breen on drums, one of the best we've ever had on WoodSongs, just banging the tar out of those things. Let's say hello to Francis McPeake, one of the founding members of the group.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for having us.
So it was your great-grandfather that started the original?
Yes, he first started playing Ellen pipes in 1904.
1904. Now, playing the Ellen pipes was not your favorite thing to do when you were a teenager.
Michael, you've done your research.
Yeah.
I can only say that being a fourth-generation piper and a fourth-generation musician of the McPeake family, I've often tried to look in the dictionary for a word that would describe the utmost hate for a music. And I've looked at the space, everything, and it doesn't come any way close to how I felt about Irish music. I did not want to play Irish music.
Well, Irish music and the Ellen pipes, I mean, how many girls are going to get, interested in?
Well, all I can say with regards to me and girls was I wasn't too bad. The pipes didn't have much to do with the success of the girls.
Thus the legacy of the McPeake Band. So now, let's talk about your family legacy, though, because it was your great-grandfather and then your father. The music of the McPeake family influenced everyone from Van Morrison to Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, John Lennon. Wasn't it your father who taught John Lennon how to play the Ellen pipes?
In fact, yes. From 1968 through to about 1973, my father gave him lessons on Ellen pipes, because the Beatles had this idea of trying to do a collaborative project with the McPeake family of the time, and John called it fairy music, and he's seen Irish music as a very soulful music, and he wanted to tap into it. Both him and John wanted to tap into it. Unfortunately, the project didn't happen, but the pipes that my father played today is actually John Lennon's pipes.
Oh, really? Well, most of our audience is not going to be really familiar with the sound of the Ellen pipe. So can you give me 30 seconds, describe what it is, and then play a bit of it.
It's a very simple instrument. It's called Ellen pipes. Like if you think of the word ill, as if you're sick. Ellen is Gaelic for meaning elbow, because I'm sure you've seen the Scottish pipes where they blow into it and their face is red like a big bullfrog. Well, the Irish were far smarter. We put all the work under our elbow, and that's the reason why these are called Ellen pipes. From the bellows here, it fills another bag. I use the pressure of the bag controlled by my elbow to keep it at constant pressure. My fingers, 8 of them, perform the melody on the chanter. My thumb then switches on and off the drones, and my palm can play the regulators, which is a chordal accompaniment. It's very easy.
You're making it sound totally fascinating.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and hear the sound.
Certainly.
Give me like 10, 15 seconds of it so we can...
Well, basically, here's the chanter. It's the most sophisticated chanter in the world because it has 2 octaves. Have the drones.
So it's sort of a mini bagpipe. It's like a mini bagpipe in a way for an American audience to understand.
A mini bagpipe that is predominantly made for playing indoors, and at times they were called parlour pipes because it was for people getting together in the homes in Ireland.
Well, Francis McPeake is on the Ellen pipes. The rest of the band is going to, we're going to introduce them in the second half hour. They got a brand new CD called Gypsies in the Wood, and they're going to play their title cut. It is McPeake from Belfast, Ireland on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
My mama once said I never should play with gypsies in the wood. I don't know why they're stuck in my head. The stories Mama read. She laid me down upon my bed. Now she did. This word she said. Don't worry, son, the wolf is dead. And I never cared for Little Red. And so she'd sing me lullabies that made me not want to close my eyes. I loved them so, but they were mean, like the lady dressed in green. She went down to the river one day. What she did, I cannot say. And you don't ever wanna go to the bonny white Celio. Well, then she kneel me down to pray to chase those midnight fears away. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, bless a bed I lay upon. We'll count the corners round my bed, and the angels round them spread. So come on, mama, is what I said. Sing to me our song instead. Me down upon my bed. Now she did this what she said. Don't worry, son, the wolf is dead. And I never cared for Little Red.
One of the prominent traditional groups from Belfast, Ireland, McPeake, is on our show. We're going to talk to them more in the second half hour. Chris Rodrigues is here, and the amazing Abby the Spoon Lady as well. And wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs Kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 924, broadcasting around the world from the foothills of Appalachia and Lexington, Kentucky.
If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast when visiting Kentucky, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com.
We'll be back after the break with Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady and McPeake on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by Kentucky Tourism, welcoming families from all over the world to visit WoodSongs and historic Lexington, Kentucky.
WoodSongs is an all-volunteer-run multimedia celebration of grassroots music broadcasting worldwide and made possible by our audience. You can become a WoodSongs partner online at woodsongs.com.
There, this is Mary Black, and you are listening to folk singer Michael Jonathan and the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And there's the Queen of Ireland, Mary Black. Thank you so much, Mary. Great to hear your voice. Welcome, everybody. to the beautiful Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting worldwide from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon and northern Canada. Great radio stations like in Ireland, Dublin City FM in Dublin, and in Asheville, North Carolina, The Rivers broadcasting our show as well. Over 500 radio stations. We're also broadcasting on American Forces Radio Network. It puts this show on the radio on 2 channels in 173 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America gets to hear Wood Songs every weekend, twice every weekend. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women that are working hard, the families, the fans, the public. Wood Songs is available for teachers and homeschool parents. If you go to the Wood Songs website, click on the classroom page, an amazing array of things to encourage music and arts in the schools, to keep that program going, to help teachers and help parents bring this wonderful front porch world of music into the lives of their young kids. And because of that, every single week, we go ahead and invite some kids from somewhere in North America to appear on our broadcast. They get to be treated as equals with seasoned touring artists like McPeake and Abby the Spoon Lady. And we found, originally from Georgia, now in Nashville, let's welcome Band of Kelleys. Band of Kelleys. Let's say hello to Bethany Kelly playing the fiddle. And so Bethany, tell me about your family. When did you, as a family, start playing music as a band?
Yeah, well, my dad started out playing banjo, and I guess we grew up hearing it. And Timothy started playing the violin shortly after, and then he taught basically all of us how to play.
And your sister here, Victoria Kelly, is on the mandolin. Let's say hi to Victoria. You're still 15, right?
Yes, sir.
So was playing the mandolin a hard thing for you? Did you start with the fiddle and then move over to the mandolin? How did it work?
I started playing fiddle when I was 4, and I started playing mandolin when I was about 9. There was a lot of sibling competition, I guess. So I wanted to be like them, so that's why I started, and I love it. So.
Oh, good. Now, next to you is your 12-year-old brother, Daniel. Let's get Daniel to come over, 12 years old. Now, Daniel, you're not the tallest one in the group, are you?
No, sir.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 7th.
You're in 7th grade, and the bass that you're playing is virtually taller than you are.
Yes, sir.
So why did you pick the bass? Because you're quite good at it. I heard you during the sound check. You're very good at it.
Since I was like 4 years old, I always wanted to play the bass. So I started out like on a little U bass, small one, and I moved up to the bigger one.
Well, we're really going to enjoy everybody playing your song. They're living in Nashville right now. It's Timothy Kelly, Bethany Kelly, Victoria Kelly, Daniel Kelly, and a guy named Corey Walker on the banjo. The non-Kelly is here. They're going to play a Bob Dylan tune called Maggie's Farm. It is Band of Kelleys on the Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. Well, I wake up in the morning, fold my hands and pray for rain. I got a handful of ideas and it's driving me insane. It's a shame the way she makes me scrub the floor. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's brother no more. Well, he hands you a nickel.
Originally from Georgia, now in Nashville, Band of Kelleys. Wasn't that great? Now a bunch of families playing together. We are so proud of these young kids and their exploration of this front porch world of music. If you've got a youngster that you think belongs on our stage, we want to hear from you. Just send me a YouTube clip. It has to be very, very simple. Send it to michael@woodsongs.com. So glad Band of Kelleys could visit our show. Good job. Speaking of YouTube clips, she became world famous because of someone filming them on a sidewalk or on a back porch, I think it was, and it became just really, really popular. So we're going to go ahead and let her play a song, and then we're going to talk to her after that. This is an unreleased treat to the WoodSongs audience. It's called Mr. Man. It's Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
My mama worked hard. She worked hard for herself, cleaning up rich houses, keeping dust up off the shelf. She never made much more than enough to keep afloat. She kept our heads above the water with a hole in our boat. I got me a job, the only job that I could find, at a cabin rental business way out in the pines. $5 an hour, all the money that I earned. And the rich get rich by stepping on the poor was what I learned. Well, maybe I'm dirt. It hurts to get stepped on, spit in the face, drugged to the ground. And as much as it hurts, I've always kept on, as strong as a rock when I'm getting kicked around. I come from a family that was full of mountain men, and I went into the city and I got robbed with a pen. He was a smooth-talking snake, slithered out of New York town. If I'd have known that he was rotten, I would have cut him down. He worked my fingers to the bone, and I never saw a cent. And now I got nothing to show for all the time I spent. Well, evil rules the world, and soon we all get burned. And the rich get rich by stepping on the poor was what I learned. Well, maybe I'm dirt. It hurts to get stepped on, spit in the face, drugged to the ground. And as much as it hurts, I've always kept on, as strong as a rock when I'm getting kicked around. I've made it over that mountain and across the deep blue sea. Came out of that wilderness when Jesus set me free. I would not make it out alive if it wasn't for the Lord. And the rich keep getting rich by stepping on the poor. Well, maybe I'm dirt. It hurts to get stepped on, spit in the face, drugged to the ground. And as much as it hurts, I've always kept on, as strong as a rock when I'm getting kicked around. Well, maybe I'm dirt. It hurts to get stepped on, spit in the face, drugged to the ground. And as much as it hurts, I've always kept on, as strong as a rock when I'm getting kicked around. Thank you.
Chris Rodrigues singing lead and playing his resonator guitar, and Abby the Spoon Lady. Let's talk to you about what it is you're doing. Are these two normal spoons, or are these like professional spoons?
These are two regular steel serving spoons like you would find in a kitchen drawer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of anybody in the world yet that actually makes separate musical spoons like
Right.
this.
So these are just normal, go to
regular
a
spoons.
regular spoon. Now, for the radio audience, I want you to look at your speaker really close because we're going to have the camera come onto your hands because you're doing it's like a ballet thing that you're doing with your hands while you're playing this thing. So what on earth are you doing?
It's all kind of hammer and anvil. The bottom spoon is in your palm really, really tight, and the top one's slamming down on top of it, kind of loose.
Give me like a rhythmic thing for 15 seconds.
Well, this is just, going around my fingers. And then this is gallop.
On your thigh. I never dreamed that spoons would be so complicated.
Well, everywhere you tap makes a different noise.
Mm-hmm.
And then everywhere you move the top spoon will make another one.
And this gave birth to 100 million views on Facebook. Yes.
Well, there's not a lot of professional spoon players.
What, you're the only one I know.
Actually, there are two other spoon ladies. There's one in the UK named Jo May, and then there's Deb Spoons Perry in Australia. So shout out
It's not
to
a
the other
crowded
spoon
room
ladies.
by any means. Now let me ask you something. You and Chris made a go of it as street musicians in Asheville, and there's a lot of towns across the United States and around the world that are making an effort to discontinue the idea of musicians playing on the streets.
Right. I think the issue more so is that people don't understand what street performing is. Sometimes people will allot it to, they're these transients that are, begging or this or that. They don't really
musicians
understand.
are working, though. The musicians are working. They're not begging for anything.
Right. Well, we know this, but folks like the city of Nashville, as an example, is now going to start making it so that people can't play. They've already started shutting musicians down.
So Music City is saying no to the music?
Well, and on top of that, we also have another music city, Austin, Texas, who has started a deal where now you can really only go street performing, and they're spreading this throughout the rest of the city if you go through the Austin, Texas music division.
There are so many important things in the world to have against the law. I can't imagine vibrating air should be against the law.
Well, it's a right that a lot of people don't realize that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, if you don't use it, you lose it. So the more people we get coming out who are, just everyday people, your neighbors, professional musicians, unprofessional musicians, the better. And the more we can keep things.
A wonderful protest would be for every musician listening to just go downtown with your guitar or your instrument, go to a sidewalk and just start playing.
Very much so.
Just start playing. Let's all go to jail, shall we? For vibrating air. Unbelievable. Well, we want you to vibrate air, and what she's going to do, she and Chris, they have their CD. This is the song that got 100 million views on Facebook. Someone took a little video clip of them, and it went not viral, it went viral 2.0. It went nuts. This is the tune called Angels in Heaven. It is Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
changed, Lord, and I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The angels in heaven done signed my name. One day I was walking along. The angels in heaven done signed my name. I heard a voice, I didn't see no one. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The voice to me, you know it sounded so sweet. The angels in heaven done signed my name. It sounded like Jesus was talking to me. The angels in heaven done signed my name. And I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed, Lord, and I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The angels in heaven done signed my name. Go! If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, the angels in heaven done got my name. Just follow me down to the Jordan stream. The angels in heaven done signed my name. I've got my ticket in my right hand. The angels in heaven done signed my name. I'm on my way to the promised land. The angels in heaven done signed my name. And I know I've been changed. And I know I've been changed, Lord, and I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The angels in heaven done signed my name. The angels in heaven done signed my name.
There it is. Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady, Angels in Heaven, and on our stage is one of the preeminent traditional groups from Belfast, Ireland. We're so grateful that they're here. They're going to treat us to a song from an upcoming CD of theirs. This is called Don't. Please welcome them back. It's McPeake on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Never thought it would be this way. Been lying to myself, it's hard to say. It's just hitting me. Your love's faded away. So don't tell me not to cry. 'Cause you said, baby, till I die, you don't love me, so please don't lie. So don't even try. Wanna go, I don't wanna stay. We've always been together night and day, so don't leave me. I'm going away. So don't tell me not to cry. 'Cause you said till I die. You don't love me, so please don't lie. So don't even try. I don't know what I'm gonna say. If anybody asks if I'm okay, I'll just tell them it's better this way. So don't tell me not to cry. 'Cause you said, baby, till I die, you don't love me, so please don't lie. So don't even try. So don't even try.
It's a treat for our WoodSongs audience from their upcoming CD, a song called Don't, McPeake. We got to give some props to Don Johnson playing bass, Matthew Jones on acoustic guitar, Mr. Paul Hughes on the acoustic guitar as well, and Francis McPeake, leader of the group. Let me ask you something. The musical atmosphere in Ireland, we were talking to Abby before, how a lot of cities in the United States are doing away with street musicians, and it tends to be an over-regulated event for some reason here. What is it like in Ireland? Is it freer, or is it just as regulated there?
It's definitely not as regulated. I think it's because of what music is and where it came from in Ireland. I mean, Irish music, which is our tradition, is very much based on the laughter, the tears, the joys of what we have went through as a people. And I think that, personally speaking, you cannot have a culture, you cannot have a people without the expression of that through their music. And for me, I think that music is the most outpouring of how people feel at any given point in history, and it should never be ignored.
Thank you for saying it like that. You know, music and art, you know, the budgets are getting taken away from the schools. The way Abby was describing is quite accurate. A lot of towns and townships, a lot of clubs and people who are presenting music are no longer doing it because it is so litigious and overregulated and licensing, and it's expensive to vibrate air, and it should not be.
Well, equally back home, both in Ireland and UK, the amount of programs that is now given a chance for musicians to perform on, television programs, is greatly reduced. But I've often thought that if all of the artists in the world just took a 24-hour boycott, music, theatre, literature, painting, everything, just stop for 24 hours, no one would understand truly the impact of art on their lives until that moment.
Until it's gone.
People come home after a day's work, they put on a TV, they listen to music, they read. They don't think about work that day. they need that other avenue. And we have a massive impact on people's lives.
Great. Well, you certainly come from a very long, long history. Over 100 years, the McPeake family has been bringing the traditional music of Ireland to people of their own culture and around the world. We're very grateful that you guys could be here. We're going to dip back into your CD. It's brand new. It's called Gypsies in the Wood. This is a tune called These Days. It is McPeake on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I've been looking at you for a long time now, but I think you changed, but I don't know how. You act differently, well maybe it's me, but when you look at me, I don't think you'll see. 'Cause you love, but you don't see. Well, I'm here, but I could disappear. Your eyes, they are for me. These days, I think they stray away from me. Well, I've been thinking about me, yeah, and I think it's time to say something, but I don't know how. What if I'm wrong? Yeah, what if it's me? Oh, this feeling inside is scaring me. 'Cause you love, but you don't see. Well, I'm here, but I could disappear. And your eyes, they are for me. These days, I think they stray away from me. I've been talking to you for a long time now. So why do I feel like a stranger somehow? Tell me I'm wrong, don't disagree. Oh, tell me right now, do you not love me? 'Cause you love, but you don't see. Well, I'm here, but I could disappear. And your eyes, they are for me. Yeah, these days, I think they stray away from me.
Wasn't it great hearing from our friends from Ireland, McPeake, on our broadcast? This week's WoodSongs Kids, Band of Kelleys, they did a great job. From Asheville, North Carolina, Chris Rodrigues and Abby the Spoon Lady. That was fun. Music is such a powerful right of human life. It's not commerce, it's not litigated, it's a right, it's a privilege, it's a joy, it's families and communities and it's neighbors. You know, in World War II, a reporter went up to Winston Churchill and they asked him, are you going to get rid of the arts and music budgets in England in order to pay for the war effort? And he looked at the reporter square in the eye and he said, well, what then are we fighting for? John F. Kennedy said something that I think is very appropriate to today's show. He said, if art is to nourish the roots of our culture, society must set the artist free to follow his vision wherever it takes him. And I want to say this, when you over-litigate and over-commercialize music, when you over-license it, you are not setting the artist free. You're imprisoning them and making them not able to meet their own audience. I want you to go out with your instrument, play on the greatest stage of the world, your own front porch or your own living room couch, and set that music free. It needs to. It is part of the human right. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 924. Michael's opening song was Over the Mountain from the WoodSongs album featuring Isaac May on mandolin and Bob Bryan on bass.
Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Technical assistants are Brian Clausing, Brandon Eves, Mark Thompson, and Eric Anderson. Our TV and internet broadcast is directed by S.J. Matthews and assisted by Rachel Reed. Our technical director is David Bingham.
The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Bryce Hakama, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is Francis Wilson.
Special support provided by Hybrid Springwater, Nate's Coffee, and the staff of the Lyric Theater, and Johnny Carino's and Pasta Garage in Lexington.
Our show is produced with the support of VisitLex.com, Kentucky Tourism, Travel Host Magazine, Big Ass Fan Company, the Bluegrass Hospitality Association, and the Griffin Gate Marriott Resort and Spa, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky.
WoodSongs and the WoodSongs symbol are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music. Our show is distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX. Thanks for listening. I'm Joe Conkright.
For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
The online version of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour is a free gift to our fans, provided by Kentucky Tourism, the Big Ass Fan Company, and VisitLex.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky.
The Encore section is next. You can support this massive online archive of shows by becoming a WoodSongs radio partner. Become a WoodSongs partner today. We need your support to keep our broadcast going. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
And thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a big hand. You are a great audience. We really appreciate you very much. All the artists do. Thank you so much. All I have to say is this. You try putting one of these suckers together on a Monday with hundreds of people coming, over 30 people in the crew, cameras, scripts, artists from around the world, and then you try playing Beethoven on the banjo. All right, this was a lot of fun. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to have our encores, and we'll have Abby the Spoon Lady and Chris first, and then our WoodSongs Kids, and then we'll end with McPeake. In between all that, we've got some pretty fun announcements for everybody. So hang with us, and then after the encores are done, the artists will be in the lobby. They do want to meet everybody. They did bring their CDs. It would be a wonderful gift to them if you could bring their music home with you, because remember, the artists are volunteers too, not just us and the crew. but the artists are as well. So what you do in supporting the artists is very, very appreciated, and it's a wonderful gift. So, having said that, Chris and Abby, thank you so much for coming. It was a lot of fun meeting you finally. We're glad that you're here, and I think the audience loved you to death.
Mrs. Jones. Y'all ever work a job that don't treat you right? I wrote a song about it. I'm not gonna name any names. The song's called Mean Old Mrs. Jones. Thank you.
Good job, Chris. Good job, Abby. Now, did I understand right? You guys are going to be playing in London, Kentucky about a week from now? Yes. Right? You're going to play at the public library. You're doing a concert at the library. I have to tell you, what you do is downright hypnotic. Watching how you do that, I mean, it's you're a master study in spoonology, and it was an honor having her here, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to get our WoodSongs Kids ready for their next song. As they are, one of two announcements. for you. On Versailles Road, there's this castle. And I was like, how hard could it be to put concerts on the roof of the castle? And so the new owners, I met with the new owners, and I was like, we have this Troubadour concert series thing. Wouldn't it be something if we turned your roof into a concert hall so people could have bluegrass music under the stars on the roof of an actual castle? And they thought about it 2 days later, and they called me up and they said, okay. So starting May 31st, all the concerts are Thursday nights. Here's You're excited, aren't you? Here's who's coming. Concerts at the Castle, the Troubadour Concert Series and Hybrid Springwater are working together. And I just called up our friends and I said, dude, you want to do a concert at a castle? And all 6 of them said, okay. And so they're coming. So this is all confirmed. May 31st, founding member of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Hall of Fame inductee. He's in the 50th anniversary of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. John McEwen is bringing his whole band. June 7th, we just had him at the Opera House with the Earls of Leicester. He's the most awarded musician in the history of the IBMA. Jerry Douglas is coming, member of Alison Krauss and Union Station. July 12th, they're originally from Switzerland, the United States. Now they have merged the bluegrass world with the classical world. They are among the most fastest of musicians on earth today. The Kruger brothers are going to be there. August 9th, they're our dear friends. They are America's favorite cowboys, multi-Grammy Award winners, movie stars in their own right, Riders in the Sky, August 9th. You can't do a bluegrass concert series with going to the king of traditional bluegrass himself. August 23rd, Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver on the roof of the castle. And then we're going to end the series in September. His big song about Harlan is one of the most moving pieces in the world of roots music and bluegrass music. Darrell Scott is going to close the series. Now, here's the thing. Tickets go on sale for these concerts. It's like a whopping $35 to... Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you're excited. That's good. That's right. So we need 150 of you to bring a date, and the thing's sold out. So here it is. They go on sale this Friday, but you in our audience tonight can get tickets before the public if you want. As you're leaving, our crew, Elaine and our crew, right, Miss Amelia, they've got the brochures and stuff. You just follow the directions on the brochures. It gives you the schedule. You can call up now. You can go online now and reserve your tickets before the public gets to go at them this Friday when they go on sale. So that's the part of the benefits of the WoodSongs and Troubadour concert series merging together. Enough about that. Let's move on to the music. What are you guys going to play for? By the way, you guys are awesome. You did Maggie's Farm. That was great. What are you going to play for us?
We're going to play a David Christmas song. This is EMD.
Wow. You know, I got to give props to little 12-year-old Daniel. The smile on his face when he's playing is just good job. I like the big old smile. And then 15-year-old Victoria on that mandolin. You should change your name to Christine Thiele or something, right? A couple other quick announcements. Next week on our broadcast is going to be International Night. Here's what's really neat. WoodSongs partners come to all these shows for free. Wasn't that neat? You get to come tonight for free. Next week we have award-winning Canadian roots band Beyond the Pale, and then from Wales, Kaylin is coming. So it's going to be a big international music night. You're all invited to be back. If you're a WoodSongs partner, you don't need a ticket. You just call it, make your reservation, and that's it. So we'd love for you to become a WoodSongs partner and support the series. Troubadour Concert Series is also rolling on this stage. At the Opera House in March, I think there's 14 tickets left for Weird Al Yankovic, if you're into the accordion. There's like 14 tickets left. And then May, here on this stage, Mavis Staples, who's just come off a big tour with Bob Dylan. And then in June, if you like to party, it's Trombone Shorty. He's coming to the Opera House for a full concert. So the Troubadour Concert Series is doing all of this. And then watch for an announcement for Melissa Etheridge here very soon. You guys are great. And I tell you what, again, I'll say it a million times, your drummer is awesome. He is just, all of you are great.
What about me?
It's more than his hair. It's what he's doing underneath his hair. That is so incredible. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for it.
What are you going to play for us?
We're going to do a track called Evolution into a song that came about from talking about the Beatles working with the McPeake family. And we decided to take a song and put a little bit of McPeakeness into a little bit of Beatles. So if you know the words, please don't sing along. You'll only put us off. No, please sing at the top of your lungs.
surprise in a church, but her wedding has been. Lives in a dream, looks at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? The lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people. Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear, and no one can steal. Look at him working, down in the socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people.
Thank you.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee. But on the screen. I'm so debonair. I'm a